Howdy! Welcome back to the final episode of the Practical Camper for 2017. What a year it's been. Let's talk about a couple of the places we went and the adventures we got to experience. First off, we can't start this discussion and miss the fantastic bike crash we had in Salida, Colorado this year as I went over the front end of my handlebars for no real apparent reason. Next, of course, we can maybe look at the time that we went to Broken Bow, Oklahoma to go whitewater rafting, we went to Broken Bow, Oklahoma to go kayaking, and not only did we forget the tent, for some reason I accidentally left my GoPro recording all night and did not have any memory card space when I hit the river. I literally got in my kayak, got everything set up on the boat, and my camera beeped at me and said memory card full. So what a great adventure that was. We also this year we camped in a school bus or a schoolie conversion basically in somebody's yard in Colorado, and that one was a little strange. I don't think I've ever felt like I had a higher probability of being murdered in my sleep than I did that one night in Colorado, and that was near Buena Vista, Colorado. Interesting night, crazy guy. I don't think I'm ready to go stay in other people's school buses. I'd love to have my own school bus conversion, but staying in somebody else's school bus is just not for me. Did the Bohannon Trail up in Oklahoma twice this last year, once with my dad, once with a friend of mine. Both times we did it in the cold and kind of misty, wet conditions. Never did it in the summer where it's pretty and you get to see the Ouachitas. We did it in the cold. We had a great time over the 4th of July weekend camping at Lake Arrowhead State Park up near Wichita Falls, Texas, with my sister and brother-in-law. That was a lot of fun, and I learned a neat little thing. If you don't want to pay to go to a fireworks show, or you don't want to have the hassle of like going into town for that, go camping on a lake on 4th of July and you'll see plenty of free fireworks. That was pretty cool. Also, the little groundhog gopher colony that they had there was really neat. I've never seen those in person, and our dogs loved them. We also went to, on my list here. Also went to Eisenhower State Park with my family and my wife's family for Thanksgiving, as well as the Isle de Bois up on Ray Roberts Lake. We went there this last January. So that's enough for 2017. Let's talk about the goals that we have in 2018. I've come up with a list of things that I think are important that I want to try to accomplish both camping and with this YouTube channel for the upcoming year. So let's talk about some of our goals first, and then I'm going to get into more of the camping things here in a little bit. So this year I want to organize my camping gear better. 2018 is going to be a crazy year for us. We're moving, not real far, but the move will kind of disrupt a few things. We've got a lot of physical work to do at the house that we're purchasing, so that's going to be a little bit of a hassle doing that, as well as trying to plan weekend camping trips. But I want to organize camping gear better so that I'm less stressed on Friday nights when it's time to come home, grab everything, and then hit the road to go to the campsite. I also want to go on at least one overnight backpacking trip. That was something I did at the Scouts growing up and really loved it. I have not gone overnight backpacking in a long time, and I'd like to get back into that. It's a lot of fun, and just a different type of camping that I'd like to do. And then also, this one's kind of a strange deal, but I'd like to learn to play the guitar a little bit, to sit around the campfire and be able to, kind of pluck out a couple songs for the, just hanging out with everybody. I own a guitar, and I have for several years. I've never learned to play it. I'm a percussionist, since middle school. I can play the drums, I can play, mallet keyboard instruments, but guitar was something I never picked up on, except for one little kind of tune that I learned as a prank when I was younger. So anyway, guitar is something that this year I want to pick up on, just so that I can kind of sit around the campfire and strum up a couple of songs. I've also come up with this idea where I take 100 and divide it by half a bunch of times, and for each one of those numbers that you get, you have to pick an activity to go with that number. So I've done that for camping. So my numbers are, for 100, I'm going to hike 100 miles in 2018. That one I don't think will be that hard. I hike quite regularly. Some of the hikes that I enjoy doing are 12 or 13 miles, and so if I can just do that, a couple times, I'm pretty close to that 100. The next thing is 50. This year on the YouTube channel, I want to have 50 new videos, and we're publishing this one on New Year's Eve, so it doesn't count for 2018. So expect in 2018, the goal is 50 videos. That doesn't necessarily mean a video every Sunday like we've been doing. We're going to start doing videos in the middle of the week as well. That'll be a little bit shorter, and maybe about some gear or something like that. 25, our number for 25 is 25 nights camping. This last year was really kind of a hectic year. We had a lot going on, both at work and home and with family. And we didn't camp that many nights, but this next year I want to hit 25 nights camping, so that's the goal. The next number is 13, and that's 13 different campsites. So that kind of basically takes that 25 nights camping and divides it up so that we're not actually spending, like a week somewhere to get a fifth of our nights total. So 13 different campsites this next year. The next number is 7, and we've picked 7 different sleeping arrangements. So that could be my hammock, that could be the back of the truck, that could be the RV or a pop-up camper or even a cabin, depending on where we go. What that won't include is it won't include a midnight rush to the driver's seat of my truck where I slept for a couple hours on July 4th weekend because a strong storm came through and totally knocked our tent down. I had to duct tape the rain fly to the tent poles, and that didn't hold very good, so we abandoned ship. My wife, 2 dogs, and I jumped in our extended cab truck, slept there till about 3 in the morning. I got out and went, yeah, the tent got knocked down, but it's still dry inside, so I put it back up, and we went back and slept until about 7 or so, as best as we could. So after 7 is 4, and for 4, I've got 4 different states. Camping in Texas is pretty easy for me to do. I regularly camp in Oklahoma too, so there's 2. So we're going to try to push that a little bit. I'd like to maybe get some Arkansas camping in, maybe Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. We'll kind of see where that goes. Or maybe Mexico, we tend to go to Big Bend National Park, and there is that border crossing down there. I don't know if Boquillas del Carmen allows you to camp, but I know that there's places you can stay, and it'd be pretty cool to go camp in the Chihuahuan Desert out there in Boquillas. So anyway, 4 different states, including Mexico, potentially. 2 whitewater trips. Kayaking is something I really enjoy, so this year we're going to go 2 kayak or some sort of boating trips, and finally 1 camping holiday. We've talked in the past about camping for Thanksgiving, cooking a turkey right there at the campground, doing a camping Christmas. It's a little cold there. I've camped New Year's several times. We're not this year. I've camped 4th of July, Easter, something like that. So we'll see. I'm really hoping to shoot for Thanksgiving. I'd love to do a Thanksgiving at the campground. This last year when we went Thanksgiving afternoon to the campground, so it wasn't really like that family meal and everything there. It was still fun, but I'd like to actually do the full holiday at the campground sometime. So anyway, those are my goals for 2018. I'm super excited to see what this next year has in store for it. And you never know, we may go on an adventure that we didn't think was kind of in the cards, but we'll have to play it by ear. I've already started booking campsites for this next year, and my wife, 2 dogs, and I are very excited. And you never know, you may see our cat along the trail a little bit too. So until we meet again, Happy New Year's, happy trails, and this is the Practical Camper. Be sure to like and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at practical_camper. Happy trails.